Hey guys, this is me Fazga, your host for today's video. So in this video we will create the IK system for the game we have been creating from the two previous videos. So welcome to the third part of this series. So let's get started. So first thing we have to do is import these two animations. I will give you the animations in the description. You can download from the link in the descriptions. You have to put these animations in here like that and create a new bool variable. So this will be named as aim. Okay, so we have to just create a new transition from idle to idle, aim idle to idle, and we have to write select the condition if aim is false and wait, walk magnitude is less than 0.1. Great. We have to then create a transition from idle to aim idle, and then we have to set here walk magnitude, sorry, aim true, and if aim is true it will go to this, and if it is not and magnitude is less than 0.1 it will come back to the idle animation. Okay, wait a second, let me make this a little bit bigger. Okay, now we have to create a new transition from aim idle to walk like that, and select this and make a new condition which is if walk magnitude is greater than 0.1 and aim is false and run is not true. Okay, and then we have to create a new transition from here to there. Wait, this one, and we have to set the condition aim is true, and then we have to make a new transition from aim idle to run, and here we have to set if walk magnitude is greater than 0.1 and run is true and our aim animation is false, and then we have to create a new transition to the aim idle. We have to just select here aim is true. Okay, also don't forget to uncheck this has exit time. Okay, so that is it. We have to then create a transition from aim idle to aim walk, and back we have to just select here if walk magnitude is greater than 0.1 and is walk magnitude is less than 0.1. So that's it. We have to also wait a few seconds, make this transition here back, so that if we are in the walk animation we are aiming, and in the walk animation we can come back to the idle state. We have to set here if aim is false, wait a few seconds, if aim is false exit time, and another to here if aim is false, and we have to set two other conditions. First is the walk magnitude and then run is equal to true, and the second one is walk magnitude is greater than 0.1 and our run is set to false. Here we have to set it to true, here we have to set it to false, and here we have to simply select if it is less than 0.1, and that's it. So if we just enable this, our player will go to the idle animation, and then we move, so it will go to the aim walk. And one thing I forget, so we have to just create this humanoid, this animation, and then we have to go here and select these and apply, just like we did in the first video to these animations. So if you did not watch the video, you can go and watch the first video. We have to select these, so that's great. Wait a second. Let me just make it 0. Original, apply. Okay, so it's good. Let's see what will happen if we just set the aim to true. Okay, aim. Okay, so now our player is aiming, and if we walk, it will just walk, and if we disable this, it will come back to the normal animation state. So that is what we want. Okay, so we have to go to the scene view, and first let's remove this, like here. Okay, so here is our player. We have to go to the player script, and then we have to set our animations, and here we have to write if input dot get key code, or we are going to move it with our right mouse, so we have to write here if input dot get mouse button down, and here we have to write 1. If we write 0, it will be start the aim with our left click, so we have to write here 1, which means it will do this action with our right click. So if the player just press it, so we have to write here animation, player animator dot set bool. Here we have to set the aim and set that to true, and here we have to write if input dot get mouse button up. When the player presses the button, it will just start the aim animation, and if he stop pressing it, so it will just come back to the idle state. Player animator dot set bool, and here we have to set aim false. So if we are pressing it, it will set this animation to true. If we are not, it will set it to false. So let's play and see if it is working correctly. Okay, yeah, it's working perfectly fine, as you can also see. Okay, so the next thing we have to do here is to make the camera move in the animation where aiming state, like the camera will move closer so that we can see if it is aiming. And wait a second, I think this animation is a little bit weird, so let's yes, make it to original, so it will see the at the front. Okay, like that, so that's great. Okay, now we have to create an empty object. Wait a second, and copy this transform and paste it in here. Sorry, I have did it wrong. Copy this and paste it inside of this, and name it as camera, or we have to set normal camera position. And wait a second, Let's go to the play state and then we will change these settings. Wait. We have to go to this and make, we are aiming, so our camera should look like this. One more thing, you have to go to this clipping plane and make this 0 at least 0.01. so that is it. Yeah, so we have to just copy this transform and create an empty object and paste this transform. So we will name as aiming camera position. Okay, so we'll have to go to our Visual Studio, and if we are just pressing it down, so wait, we have to just create a bool is aiming, and let's set this to right is aiming is equal to true, and like is aiming is equal to false. So here we have to write if is aiming, and if our player is aiming, then we have to just write main camera. Wait, camera, let me see what we have called the camera. So we have not called anything, so go in here and write public camera main camera. Okay, I think that's it. So main camera dot transform dot position is equal to new, or wait a second, let's vector3 dot move towards main camera dot transform dot position, and then we have to write here our target, which is, wait a second, we have to call here the two transforms that we have created for normal and aiming position. Normal cam pause, and one is aiming cam pause. Okay, so if we are aiming, we will set the aiming cam pose dot transform dot position comma 0.1 f and just duplicate this and change this to normal camera position like that. And in here we have to just write this note sign, which will say if it's aiming then we will do this, and if it is not then it will just move the camera to the normal position. So let's see if it is working correctly. We have to go to player and put our normal position, aiming position, and our camera. So let's see. Okay, if we just press right click, so it's coming right to a second. Let's go to the camera and make this clipping 0. Okay, so if we press right click, it will do this animation. So this is kind of great, and now this thing is done. So the next thing we have to do is we have to control our player body. Like when we are aiming, we will just move where we are moving our camera like that. So as you can see, it is now moving to the direction we are facing. So for that we have to create an empty object inside of our camera, and just make it ahead of our player. So we will just name it as look at aim, and then we have to go to our C# script, and then we have to call here our public, and then transform look at aim. And one more thing we have to call here is public transform spine. We can also name it as player spine. Then we have to just create a new method here which is late update. So if we do not put this script in the late update, this will not going to work. So because late update work after the animation is done, so this spine is a part of our animation, so it will not move if we put this in the update. So we have to put it inside of late update method. So just put this look at aim and go to player hips, and this is the spine. Wait a second, let's see, yeah, this. So we have to go to our player and put this spine in here. Okay, that is great. So we have to write here player spine dot look at, and then we have to write here our look at aim, yes, dot position. So I hope this will work. So it is becoming messy in here, so let's do make it some organized thing. So we will add spacing of 10 in here, and add the space of 10 in here, also a space of 10 in here. So I hope this will look good now. Yes, so it is now kind of looking organized. Okay, so as you can see, we can now see, and our spine is moving. But one thing we forget to do is we have to set here if we are aiming. Sorry, we have to just put it in here. If we are aiming, then we will do this, otherwise we will not do this. Okay, so just click on play and see, and we are moving and nothing is doing. And if we just press right click, it will do this. So this is looking kind of great. So I know this the thing where we can see if here it will look like this, but it is kind of good because we can only see this area of the player, so it is not interrupting our view, so it is good. Okay, so the next thing we have to do here is to put the gun inside of our player hand. So let's do this. Okay, so I have downloaded this rifle from the online stores. So I will also put the link to where you can download this, or I will just give you a download link in my drive. So let's put it inside of our scene and see where okay, so this is the gun. First there is a bullet here, as you can see. So we have to just unpack it and delete this bullet because we don't need this. And then we have to just rotate it. I think we have to do this in the animation scene. Wait, let's just play this, and then here we have to just pause this. Great, so we have to go to our gun like that and put it inside of this. Okay, once you set up this thing, so you have to go to our player and in spine, so in the right hand, right shoulder, sorry, in the right hand we have to put this, so just like that. So we have just copy this and leave it. So as you can see, it is looking awesome. So we have to just make it, stop it, and wait for a second, let's remove it and put this. So I think I have did something wrong, so wait, let's go to here and put this inside of this and copy its transform. And when we go to this, we have to put it in here. Wait a second, paste it, or just put the new one and just paste the transform. Okay, so as you can see here, we can just make a second, remove the bullet as we did before. Okay, so now the gun is in his hand. So if we just play this, you can see it's just go to his hand, so it's looking kind of great. So now we have to set this gun when we press this. So as you can see, when we press this, this do not looks good. So the crazy hack for this is we create two guns, so one will enable when we press aim and one will enable when we are in the idle state. So let's create the second gun. So for that we have to press right click and then we have to pause this. Okay, so we have to go to our and copy this, and now we have to, sorry, we have to just create a new, so we will name it as normal AKM. Here it will named as aiming AKM. Okay, so this will be used for aiming. So we will first disable this one and then let's make this one in the right place. Okay, so the second gun is also in his hand, so we will just copy this and let's cut this, wait, we'll copy this and delete it from here and put it inside of our left hand. So just put it in here and copy its transform just like that. So we will just stop this and put this thing inside of this and make it, sorry, wait a second, just paste the component values and then we will unpack this prefab and remove this and we will name this as aiming AKM. Just great. So we will go under this and this, we will enable this one too and disable this. Okay, so now we have to go to our Unity and here we have to, sorry, we have to go to our Visual Studio, sorry, space, and we will give the spacing of 10, and here we have to write public transform, oh sorry, game object aiming AKM, and then we have to just make a normal AKM just like that. So when we are pressing the button, the left click, so right click, so we have to just set normal AKM dot set active false, and let's set to true the aiming. So if we are aiming, the aiming AKM will be set to true, and if we are not, so it will set to false. So we have to just swap this, make it this and this. Okay, so that is great. So wait for a second, let's remove it from here. We have to go to a player and paste this aiming AKM and this AKM, which is normal AKM, normal AKM. Okay, okay, great. So if we just click on play, we can see we are having our simple gun, and if we just go and click this, we will have our main gun, we aiming gun, sorry. So this is looking kind of great. So one more thing, our player is not facing towards the center where our cursor will. So for that we have to go to our camera base and look at aim, and we have to put it where we want. So like that. Great. So just when you set up this, you have to copy this and set this just like that. So once you play, you can see it's looking now great. So that's it for today video. So thank you for watching, keep supporting me, and please do comment, so it just motivates me a lot. So thanks for watching, goodbye.